I'm Larry Seaman for Salem Community Television's coverage of the July 4th festivities. And it is July 5th, of course, and with me is Chris Dillon of the Parks and Recreation Department to explain why we're here today.
How are you today? Essentially what ended up happening is a couple days before July 4th, started keeping an eye on the weather forecast, WMUR and SN, going online, checking out the various things online to see what we were looking at for the weather. Right. Basically, at one point in time, it looked as if there was a high probability of getting hit pretty much when the fireworks would be going off or just before then when it starts getting busy down here. That loosened up during the day, so it was kind of one of those decisions the day before on July 3rd where we ended up calling Canopy Lake Park, and they have a pretty sophisticated weather system, and they basically had stated that their system shows that a storm's going to be coming through around 8 o'clock. They're off by about 20 minutes, but I'd say it was pretty accurate, and that's why we ended up postponing the fireworks. It's one of those things that a lot of people think about what actually happens when they come down here for the fireworks, but there's a lot of prep time. They actually start setting up the racks for the fireworks about 9 a.m. They were down here today a little bit after 9 starting to set up, so it's one of those things that you kind of need to make the decision earlier rather than later. So that's why we went. And Thursday looked as if it was going to be the perfect day to have fireworks as well. Right.
So what can we expect today?
Today we do have, unfortunately, because a lot of people did have work today and have work tomorrow, we still are running the games that were scheduled. We're starting them a little bit later today so that people that are working have time to get home and then come down here to Grant Field. But we have minute-to-win-it type games with a bunch of different little things for families and people to come on down. And we have music going off starting probably about 5:30ish. The fire trailer will be available that have demonstrations. That'll start around 6. Music will be going, and then the fireworks are scheduled to go off at 9:30. So.
And while I have you here, talk a little bit about the summer program that's going on here. All summer will be the concert series.
Yes, actually, the Field of Dreams, there's a lot of different activities going on at the Field of Dreams this summer. They had their opening kind of celebration. They had the U.S. Air Force band had come in and played, and there was a bench dedication before that. Mm-hmm. The concert series will start next Thursday and run through to the end of August, and then on July 21st we will be having the 20th celebration of the Field of Dreams. It actually had opened July 19th. 1992. There is a concert scheduled that day. We'll have a little celebration that day, but the big celebration will be that following Saturday, and we're going to have multiple bands coming down. And then we're having T-Bones is providing food for the day. It should be a nice event.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you, Chris. Chris Dillon, of course, of Parks and Recreation. Once again, we're at Grant Field, and this is the Independence Day celebration here in Salem, New Hampshire. And with me right now is Ken from RS Fireworks. Now, where is RS Fireworks located?
We're based out of Hudson, New Hampshire.
Okay. What does the RS stand for?
Rob and Sean, the two owners.
All right.
But Salem is my hometown. So.
Oh, is that right? Oh, great. Talk a little bit about what it takes to put together the fireworks for us.
We brought everything in on this truck right here. Yep. We have everything from 3s all the way up to 6s. Everything's hand nailed together in the racks, and we just got to make sure that all our racks are in good shape and nothing's damaged. And it takes a little bit of time, but we got a couple of young guys that really, work real hard and do a lot of good work for us. But it's just a matter of making sure everybody stays safe and that all our equipment is up to snuff. And the fire department's real good about asking us for everything that we need to have. So we use all fiberglass guns for the most part, and we have no reloads or anything. I know the company's been established for about 5 years. Mm-hmm. We mainly do shoots all around New Hampshire, up into Maine and Vermont and those different places, up to the ski resorts. Right. So we stay busy pretty much year round. These two guys, that's all they do for their job is fireworks. So
what kind of designs are you thinking of tonight?
We have over 900 shells, and there's a little bit of everything. There's circle breaks, there's delayed crackles, there's stars, cross sets. The names go on, and I don't know who names them, but they get pretty creative. So
And what time do you usually start setting up?
I was here at 10 o'clock this
10
morning.
o'clock, huh?
Yeah, it was a long day.
And I would imagine so. And what are these? Those are the ones that actually fire the fireworks, right?
Yep, it's just an empty tube right now, and everything that's underneath that tarp right there is what gets loaded into the guns. So,
And you use computers to shoot them off?
yep, we have a couple of flights tonight that will be fired electrically, so it will be, he just presses one button, there's a wire running into the lead, that ignites it, nobody has to be anywhere near it, just press a button and it goes, so it gets pretty fancy around here, and you know, some of the stuff that they use is very much up to date and high-tech stuff. So.
And your name, first of all?
Hi, this is Captain Stephen Catton with the Salem, New Hampshire Fire Department.
And of course, we're here today for the fireworks. Any safety tips you can give us? Because this is going to run in the summer as well.
It is, and summer unfortunately tends to be a little bit of a busier season for us, just due to the fact that people are out and about more, you know, and there's more exposure to hazards in that way. So a lot of the safety tips are generally common sense. Some of the things we tend to see in summer are more injuries to children and young people just because they're outside playing more. Certainly swimming, drowning. I would encourage all children as young as possible to learn to swim and to have swimming lessons, never to be allowed to go swimming without adult supervision. Boating, always to use flotation devices on any type of a boat, and that goes for the adults too, not just for the kids. You mentioned fireworks. That's something obviously that we recommend people stay away from and leave that to the professionals.
And of course, you're here because you need to be here, right? It's official.
Correct. We need to be here because we actually supervise and inspect the fireworks company. Just from a safety standpoint, to make sure that everybody is appropriately certified and trained, and that all the show goes off as safely as possible.
Very good. How long have you been in the fire department here in Salem?
I've been here in Salem since July of 1989.
Okay, in the Main Street office?
Currently the shift commanders run out of the central station at 152 Main Street.
That's good. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And you are?
I'm Wayne Foster. I'm the coach of the Salem Junior Olympic Devils. We're here for our annual fundraiser. This year, my team is doing face painting and temporary tattoos.
Okay.
We're selling them to help raise money for our Special Olympic team.
Okay. Have you done this before?
We have. We've been doing this for a number of years. We also, over at the tables on the other side, we also sell the glow bracelets and all the little trinkets that the kids carry around throughout the fireworks.
Great.
Ed, would you like to show us some of what you're selling over here?
Well, we start off with the glow bracelets. We have little rings that light up, a variety of different colors and shapes. Go into the glasses in about a half a dozen colors that light up. We have little wands for young ladies. We have the swords, the pirate swords.
All right.
We have fuzzy hats for the 4th. We have Uncle Sam.
Excellent, excellent.
We have the Lumitons that light up. It's kind of hard to show you right now, but these light up. We have
Great stuff.
ray guns.
All right.
We have fans,
Beautiful. Horrible.
different colors.
Oh, yeah.
We have the braids for the young ladies that light up. 4 different colors. Our key thing here is to try and cover all the different price points, so
Right.
no one will be left out.
Excellent.
Things starting at $1.
Ed is a coach for the older Salem Olympic Devils team,
Okay.
and they're the ones that are sponsoring this booth here.
Sarah Wood.
And what are you doing here today?
We are working Philly's Good Eats. We do all sorts of different fried foods and also the Bayou Billy homemade soda stand.
All right, what's with the soda stand?
It is all homebrewed sodas. He's all got all sorts of different flavors. They're all made right here in Candia, New Hampshire, is where he brews the syrups. We travel all over New England. We do all sorts of different events, the Freiburg Fair, the Tunbridge, Hopkinton, Deerfield, the Grass Drags. It's a pretty fun stand to work at.
Excellent.
He also does his own home squeezed lemonade. That's Philly's Good Eats himself does that.
That sounds great. I understand you're doing the national anthem.
I
is that
am,
right?
yes.
Talk a little bit about that and how you got involved with that.
Well, I actually did a lot of singing in high school. I got to do some singing down in Epcot Center in Florida, and I got to do a lot with the All-State New Hampshire Choir, and it was just kind of one of those last-minute things, and would rather have me singing than a tape of a band playing.
All right, and you said you're from Candia?
I'm from Concord myself.
You're from Concord?
Yes.
Great, great. Cotton candy you got too, yeah?
Yes, we do have cotton candy too. That was one of those things that Philly decides to every once in a while throw in something sweet. He's done apple crisp before and a lot of other different things. He's got fried dough this time.
Right.
It was just one of the things that he decided to do at this event.
Excellent, excellent. Well, good luck, and we'll try to catch you doing the national anthem.
All right, thank you very much.